Dubai produces almost no oil, yet it controls more of the world's oil trade than almost any nation on Earth. How? That's exactly what we're about to unpack. In 2026, Dubai welcomes over 18 million international visitors a year. Its airport is the busiest in the world for international passengers. Its airline flies to more destinations than any other carrier on the planet. And its skyline is arguably the most recognizable in the modern world. But almost none of this was built on tourism. It was built on oil, just not Dubai's own oil. What most travelers never realize is that Dubai has engineered itself into the nerve center of the global energy trade. It sits at the intersection of the world's most critical oil supply chains, and that position has given it a power, a wealth, and a stability that most people completely misunderstand. In this video, we're going to map exactly how Dubai became a shadow kingpin of the global oil network. We'll look at the infrastructure, the geography, the trade systems, and, crucially, what all of this means for you as a traveler in 2026. Stay with us. This is not a story you'll find in any guidebook. To understand Dubai's power in the oil trade, you have to start with a map. Draw a straight line between the oil fields of the Arabian Gulf and the consuming markets of Europe. Then draw another line between those same Gulf fields and the manufacturing economies of Asia, China, India, Japan, South Korea. Both lines pass directly through, or within hours of, Dubai. This is not an accident. It is geography as destiny. The Arabian Gulf holds roughly 48% of the world's proven oil reserves. The Strait of Hormuz, the narrow waterway that separates Iran from the Arabian Peninsula, is the single most important oil choke point on Earth. On any given day, approximately 21 million barrels of oil pass through it. That is roughly 21% of global oil consumption, moving through a corridor just 33 kilometers wide at its narrowest point. Dubai sits 150 kilometers from that strait. Every supertanker heading east to Asia, and every tanker rerouting west through the Gulf of Oman and toward Suez, passes within Dubai's sphere of influence. The UAE's coastline effectively bookmarks both ends of this critical passage, and Dubai's leadership understood this geography decades before the rest of the world did. While neighboring oil states were building production infrastructure, drilling rigs, pipelines, refineries, Dubai was building ports, trade zones, financial infrastructure, the systems needed not to produce oil, but to trade it, store it, price it, and move it. Jebel Ali Port, located 35 kilometers south of Dubai city center, opened in 1979 and is today the largest man-made harbor in the world. It handles over 14 million container units annually and serves as a critical staging point for energy-related cargo across the entire region. Dubai didn't need to own the oil. It positioned itself to profit from every barrel that moved near it. Geography alone doesn't create dominance. Infrastructure does, and Dubai has spent the last 4 decades building the most sophisticated commodity trading ecosystem outside of London and New York. At the heart of this system is the DMCC, the Dubai Multi-Commodities Center. Established in 2002, the DMCC is a free zone authority and government entity that has grown into the world's largest free zone by company registrations, with over 22,000 companies operating within it. Among those companies are oil traders, energy consultancies, petroleum product brokers, and commodity financiers from every major trading nation on Earth. The DMCC provides these companies with something incredibly valuable: a neutral, well-regulated, politically stable environment in which to do business. In a region where political risk can shift rapidly, Dubai's consistent rule of law and business-friendly regulations make it the preferred base of operations for energy traders who need to operate across Asia, the Middle East, and Europe simultaneously. But the DMCC is only part of the picture. Approximately 70 kilometers northeast of Dubai lies Fujairah, an emirate that has quietly become one of the most strategically important energy hubs on the planet. Fujairah is unique because it sits on the Gulf of Oman side of the UAE, outside the Strait of Hormuz. This means oil stored or shipped from Fujairah bypasses the strait entirely, making it immune to any potential blockade or closure of that critical choke point. The Abu Dhabi crude oil pipeline, a 370-kilometer pipeline connecting Abu Dhabi's oil fields directly to Fujairah, was built precisely for this reason. It carries up to 1.5 million barrels of crude per day, and Fujairah's storage facilities can hold over 14 million barrels at any one time. International oil traders, refiners, and energy companies store product in Fujairah specifically because it offers security of supply that no Hormuz-dependent terminal can match. What this means in practice is that the UAE, with Dubai as its commercial brain, has created a complete shadow oil trading system. Storage outside the strait, pricing through the DMCC, shipping through Jebel Ali, and financial services through Dubai's DIFC banking sector. From well to market, Dubai touches nearly every stage of the transaction, without owning a single barrel of the crude itself. So what does any of this have to do with travel? Everything. The wealth generated by Dubai's position in the global commodity trade, combined with strategic oil revenues flowing from Abu Dhabi, funded one of the most ambitious tourism infrastructure builds in human history. Dubai International Airport opened in 1960 with a single sand runway. Today, it handles over 86 million passengers a year across 3 terminals, with capacity continuing to expand toward the new Al Maktoum International Airport, a project that, when completed, will be the largest airport on Earth, capable of handling 260 million passengers annually. That expansion was not funded by entry fees or hotel taxes. It was funded by the surplus wealth of a state that positioned itself at the center of global energy flows. Emirates Airlines tells the same story. Founded in 1985 with just 2 aircraft and $10 million in government capital, Emirates is today the world's largest international airline by passengers carried, operating a fleet of over 270 wide-body aircraft to more than 150 destinations. Critics have long argued that Emirates benefits from indirect state subsidies, access to cheap fuel, government-backed financing, and the strategic use of DXB as a hub. Whatever your view on the competitive debate, the result for travelers is undeniable. Emirates and Dubai have between them created a transit system that allows a passenger from Auckland to reach London, Lagos, or Los Angeles with a single layover in one of the world's most comfortable and well-connected airports. The tourism infrastructure that followed, the Burj Khalifa, Palm Jumeirah, the Dubai Mall, the 5-star hotel density that is unmatched anywhere on Earth, all traces back, ultimately, to oil money put to work in service of a long-term vision. Dubai looked at its oil wealth and asked not how to spend it, but how to use it to build something that would still be generating revenue long after the last barrel was pumped. Understanding Dubai's role in the global oil network isn't just intellectually interesting. It has direct, practical value for anyone planning to travel in 2026. Let's start with fuel costs. Petrol in Dubai is among the cheapest in the world for a developed urban environment. As of 2026, unleaded fuel in the UAE costs roughly a third of what drivers pay in Europe. This keeps taxi fares low, Uber prices competitive, and the overall cost of getting around the city far more affordable than Dubai's luxury reputation suggests. But the bigger travel advantage is the transit opportunity. Because Dubai has invested so heavily in making DXB a world-class layover hub, partly to keep its oil industry clients comfortable and moving, the airport offers amenities that most transit passengers would pay to access: fast Wi-Fi, world-class dining, luxury retail, and transit hotel options for longer layovers. More importantly, Emirates frequently offers stopover packages that allow travelers to break a long-haul journey in Dubai at low or no additional cost. A flight from Sydney to London via Dubai can often be cheaper than a direct flight on a European carrier, and you get a built-in Dubai experience as part of the deal. From a safety perspective, the same oil infrastructure that gives Dubai its economic power also contributes to its political stability. The UAE government has an enormous financial incentive to maintain the order and neutrality that allows international energy traders to operate from its shores. Political instability would be catastrophic for the oil trade, which means Dubai's rulers have strong structural reasons to keep the city safe, welcoming, and internationally respected. This is not naivety, it is economic logic, and for travelers, it translates into one of the safest urban environments on Earth. Finally, understanding Dubai's hub status helps you plan smarter. The city is not a final destination for everyone, it can be a launchpad. From Dubai you can reach Oman in 1 hour, the Maldives in 4, Sri Lanka in 3, East Africa in 4. If you route your next trip through Dubai, you are plugging into the same global transit network that the world's energy trade depends upon, and using it to your advantage. So the next time someone tells you Dubai is just a glitzy tourist city built on oil money, you can tell them they're only half right. It was built on oil money, just not its own. And what it built is something far more complex, far more strategic, and far more enduring than most people realize. If you've traveled through Dubai, or if you're planning to, we want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Where were you heading, and did Dubai surprise you? If this video gave you a new way of seeing the world, subscribe. because every week we go deeper on the stories behind global travel that no one else is telling. And if you want to understand more about how the world's energy routes shape where it's safe to travel, check out our next video. We've mapped the oil corridors that quietly determine travel safety across the entire planet. Link is on screen right now. Don't miss it. Dubai doesn't produce the world's oil. It produces something more valuable: the infrastructure, the neutrality, and the vision to keep that oil moving. And somewhere in that story is the blueprint for how a city becomes indispensable to the entire world. We'll see you in the next one.